Welcome. Today's video will be a simple introduction to the potential of capital gains in paper stocks. As always, thank you for tuning in. This video is meant for beginners just dabbling into the stock market, or those looking for a way to enhance their savings, or are curious about another stream of income. Now let's get started. First, things to emphasize. Most Americans aren't saving for wealth outside of material possessions or property. Many people aren't using money as a vehicle that interacts with assets. From this simple analysis, you'll find that capital gains in the financial market is likely the easiest way to acquire wealth for most Americans without a business. You'll also witness compound interest in your favor where time is money. As always, never invest more than you're willing to lose. Have respect for your money. Lastly, this information is merely educational. I will pose this, however, and that is, what is capital gains? Well, capital gains are a profit from the sale of an investment, like paper stocks, where we look to buy low and sell high. And I will touch on how most people are going about this these days, and that is with platforms like Fidelity or Vanguard, where you can trade stocks in real time, just like you're on the trading floor. I'll introduce one part of the data for today. Imagine if you're living in the Bahamas, where there is no income tax, and you start with a pool of $10,000. And you make monthly contributions to that amount of $500 over the span of 40 years at an annual interest rate of 12%, where month over month the balance in your account grows by 1%. If you exercise that with no negative months at that constant rate, you will have grossed over $7 million from that time. And I'll be completely honest, hardly anyone could ever do that alone without saving. And that really is just one illustration of just how great compound interest can be, and it also reflects on just how attainable these results are. I will say 12% is definitely a reachable number over the span of a year if you're an active, slightly aggressive investor who's just looking to beat the S&P. I will be the first one to say that I'm not going to bamboozle you with Bernie Madoff kind of returns. Really, once you're getting past 1% per month, I would argue that those kind of figures are not feasible, especially by an uneducated investor. But let's say you don't have $10,000 in the bank. Let's say you are starting with nothing, literally nothing, an initial investment of $0, and you contribute $100 to that pool over the same span of 40 years at a 12% annual interest rate, growing 1% per month in the lovely tax haven that is the Bahamas. Essentially, at the end of your life, outside of work, you will have set aside over $1.1 million, which, sure, it's not as much as 7, but when you consider the fact that most Americans, to retire, they're going to need about $2 million, or essentially access to $2 million over their retired period of life, that definitely gets you a large chunk of the way there. Well, there we have it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe.